It gives me some more flexibility to be more independent, right? I not have to have somebody right by my side watching me to see if I'm buoyant or not. Without hand gestures, we got eyes or something like that with Ben, so he's got to be really close to watch me if I'm doing something. And this he won't have to do that. I'm excited, yeah, but I have to say Amy is one of the most out-of-the-box prosthetists that I've met. I've met a bunch of them over 37 years, and she's right up there at the top, yeah. Yeah, because she's more than, because Vince, we were doing our last scuba. We were in the shower. He's getting me dressed, and he says, he put my arms on. He said, too bad they can't make something prosthetic where you could operate that BC, just in passing. And I thought, well, I'm just going to call Amy, run that by her. So that's kind of what started the process, yeah. We have always loved the water for many, many years. Every year we would go somewhere in the Caribbean for snorkeling. I mean, at one time, I have two younger brothers, and we went to south of Playa del Carmen area, Cozumel area, and my brothers are certified divers. And my middle brother called to see if he would be interested in teaching a bilateral arm amputee. And he says, well, bring him down and let's see. And he was just so nice to me. He went home that night and did something for my mouthpiece with a piece of elastic so it wouldn't fall out. And I just never thought I would ever be scuba diving with my two brothers before. So I kind of fell in love with that. Yeah, for all the people who've been involved, it's been very touching for me too. Yeah, that I care about this. Yeah, Vince is very, very good. He just makes you feel real comfortable with him, and makes you feel real comfortable with the water. He's always watching you, and we make sure we have all what my signs are. If I need to blink my eyes once or twice or fast or do this and do this, what that means, and he's very responsive when he sees that. Very high comfort level, yes. Yeah, I would trust him with my life. Well, I am a person of risk. So I kind of evaluate, is it worth the risk? And for scuba diving with no arms, it's worth the risk. I've been an amputee for 37 years, and there were certainly challenges enough I decided it wasn't worth the challenge, and many suicide attempts. And once I worked through that, learned where my self-esteem was not in my hands, it was in my Savior, my life began to change. And I pretty well learned how far I can go and when I need help, and it took a long time to ask people for help for simple things. And then a lot of those things that they've helped me with, I've learned to overcome and do them by myself. Yes. And even being an amputee for 37 years, there's still an occasion I learn new tricks to do. Probably a lot of amputees, when you go, especially traumatic limb loss, especially the ones I've talked to, a lot of them will say there was a time where they wished that they had not called 911. A lot of times they wish they would not have tried so hard to survive, because it was very, very difficult. Carving the way maybe for other amputees to maybe experience what I'm experiencing, not have to go through all the testing and stuff like that, but it just slips on and they're gone. So if you're willing to try it but hesitant, if you don't try it, you'll never know.